Oh, my pretty little poodle, doodle doodle doodle, pretty little poodle doodle dog.
You may have seen my introductory video to the channel, Voyage of the Poodle. Basically, I plan on sailing around the world, and I have no knowledge of sailing, no experience, and it's a huge project, but it'll be one step at a time. And to sail around the world, you need two basic things. One is a boat, and the second is learning how to sail it. So today I'm just going through my processes of what my thoughts were as I start to the journey of looking for a boat, and what are some of the characteristics that I like in a boat. I welcome any of your comments on the channel here, or for this I had no knowledge, so friends are very important, people who have some sailing knowledge. I spoke to one friend who said, oh yeah, sure, all you need are two books. One book is the Jimmy Cornell World Cruising Route, so you can see the route and which ones are maybe somewhat better and what are the positives and negatives of various routes. And the other one, Nigel Calder, how to fix everything on your boat. Because some people say about sailing, you'll be able to have a chance to go to very exotic locations and spend time there fixing your boat. The time came to gather some information, so I have some knowledge to base my decisions on and what my feelings about which type of boat are. And for that, friends were very important, as I mentioned, and I know that I had the two books. Another friend took me to my very first boat show, which was very interesting and a little bit overwhelming. So many boats, so many different brand names, but I got to learn some of the brand names, some of the features of the boats, asking very naive questions, such as I got one where the floor seemed to move a bit when I was on it, and I asked them, well, was there some problem with the construction, because the floor doesn't seem to be nailed down. And then they explained to me that there's actually storage spaces underneath, and the floors are designed to be lifted up. And yeah, so that's the level that I'm working at. So anyway, so what would I like in a boat? Well, first of all, the most important aspect for me is safety. And I want a boat that's not going to sink. Well, at least until I've improved my swimming ability. And sailors say to me, you're going to go aground at some point during your career. So I thought, well, then you should have a boat that can go aground, so a strong boat, and you're going to run into something so that you can run into something, not on purpose. So that was another feature. And then another feature was comfort. I mean, you're going to be on the boat for a while, it should be comfortable. And I also have to consider the poodles. And another big item for me was a bookshelf. I like books. Maybe not an integral part of the boat, but also a consideration. People tell me one of the times they have stress when they're boating is anchoring. So I'd like to have a heavy anchor and a long anchor chain, so I feel secure in that situation. Now, and in the anchorage, another feature I would like is a shallow draft option, so that maybe the keel can be lifted up so that you can get into spaces where it's much more shallow. Now, as I said, the latitude range would be important. A boat that I could actually go into colder latitudes if I wanted to go there for some reason, or be comfortable in the tropics, which then brings up the whole aspect of electricity generation, whether to use solar power, which seems pretty obvious, wind generation, or hygrometers, the pluses and minuses of all those things. And basically I left at the end the sailing performance. You'd like a boat that would have reasonable sailing performance, but remembering that Darwin traveled in his boat, the Beagle, at approximately 4 to 6 knots, that would be totally fine with me. So I hope that you join me as we start this journey, and there'll be many different aspects to it. It'll be very challenging. Be one step at a time. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and I look forward to your comments. See you in the next video.
Yeah, I'm a pretty little poodle dog. Got a face just like a frog. Oh, my pretty little poodle, doodle doodle